Hello, receiving students, 6Es and receiving teachers. Hello, Mr. Thank you. You may be seated. Now, recapping on our previous lesson, our recap. What do shoots consist of? In our previous lesson, two groups did not complete the chart that we had. So in this recap, we are going to see what the shoots consist of. Right, we are going to ask the groups that did not complete to come and complete the chart that we have on the board. Thank you. Come. Thank you, and we'll also have the other group there. Thank you very much. Very good. Okay, receiving students, the model class have come up with this. STEM supports the plant, and STEM also displays, receiving students, what does it display? It displays all the rest of the parts of the plant. Displays flowers, fruits, leaves, and the other parts there, bud, and all the other parts. Okay, very good. Now the leaves, it makes oxygen and food for the plant. Okay, very good. Leaves you can also make food there. You can also make, the plant can also make food in the stem. The plants can also have food in the fruit, in the flower, probably. Yes, like broccoli, and of course the buds right at the top. Okay, so it also makes food in the leaves as well. Very good. That was looking at flowering plants. Now, just to recap on those parts of the flowering plant, I do have a flowering plant with me here. There's two there. Let's look at the common flowering plant. Here, this one. Okay, this is the common flowering plant. Now, this is the flowering plant called the, everyone? Receiving students? Okay, that's the hibiscus. Now, the hibiscus contains most of the things that we already looked at. First of all, it has a flower there. We've got flower. It has a bud right at the top here. If you look carefully, there is its bud. Right there. Now the bud increases the plant's height. The bud increases the plant's height and it makes the plant longer. Apart from that, we also have leaves there, and we also have other little buds there. So that is one example of an example of a flowering plant or plant containing shoots. Here's another one. There's another one here which also has flowers here. And you can see little bits and pieces of fruits there. Some fruits there. We have the leaves. We have all its leaves there. And we have the, what's this? The stem. Okay, so shoot contains mainly those following parts. Very good. Those were the ones that we looked on at shoots. Right, we are still, receiving teachers, we are still at the same unit, structure and functions of living things, the same strand and the same substrand. Learning outcome there, 6.2.1. Our topic for today is the lower end, and we're going to be looking at the roots. Right, receiving students, I hope you have brought in some roots as told to you in the previous lesson. Model class, they're going to come, I want the group leaders to come up and collect the roots here. Receiving students, you can select only few students, or your group leader can go outside now to the side of your garden, flower garden, and pull out a grass or weed. Not your beautiful flower, but a grass or a weed. While the model class will come pick up their roots here. So one group leader in each group, come up here. Receiving students, group leaders, you may leave now. class and receiving students, once again, if the roots are big enough for you to observe, then you can observe them. Receiving students, you can observe your roots closely, the roots of the plants that you got closely. You do not need to draw the actual root itself. You do a rough sketch only. Just sketch a rough one. Receiving students, likewise, you don't need to draw the whole root. Right, very good. By now, some of you would have completed that. Next one, activity number 2. You are going to complete the following table. Do up your table like that. You have the plant name of a root there, taproot, and plant name of a fibrous root. Now get that table very quickly down into your books. Take that table down. Class and the receiving students, you're only asked to copy down the table that is on screen right now. On your table, you write the name of those plants that you can see on screen right now. And then you put one of those plants in either taproot or fibrous root. While you are thinking, I will give you some hints, and you shall put the pictures that are on screen right now into those two groups. Right, fibrous taproot consists of a main root and smaller roots. Taproot has a main root and smaller roots. Fibrous root have many roots which are all important. Their job is all important as well. So fibrous roots have many roots, and a taproot has one main root, and then you can see smaller roots from it. Whereas a fibrous root has many roots of almost the same length. Okay, got that hint? Now I hope you placed your pictures correctly. The one on your left, the orange one, and the right one, on the white one on your right. Very good. You should have put those in there. Okay. You should have a fibrous root. Fibrous root is the one that is many, like the one there in the picture of the one that you saw previously, picture of the onion plant or the grass. And the taproot system is the one that you saw at the beginning there. Right, you got that? Now you are going to go back to your table. Back to your table. And you are going to draw a part of the root only, part of the taproot, part of it. And you are going to write down its name. You are going to write down its work. What does it do? What does the roots do? Right, receiving students and class, your hint there. Those two roots, they do the same type of work. The two roots should be doing the same type of work. Once again, receiving students in class, under part of roots, you are going to draw a part of the root that you have on the table or the one that was shown on screen. And then you are going to write down its job. All right, receiving students, some of your friends from the model class will be helping to complete that diagram on the board. Right, class and the receiving students. Let's see what our friends from the model class have come up with. Okay, the name of the taproot that they saw on screen there was the carrot. I hope you got carrot there. And the plant name of the fibrous root, the plant name of the fibrous root was the onion. Some put down grass, which is okay, but the actual picture is of the roots of an onion. That is the plant name of the fibrous root. If you put down grass here, you are still correct. Because grass also has a fibrous root system. So grass is correct, or any plant that has many roots. Okay, that is the part of the roots there. The part of the root here, the part of the carrot root. So the food is stored in its root there. Okay, so that's part of the carrot root. Its job is it takes in water and minerals. It takes in water and minerals from the Receiving students and class from where? From the soil. Okay, so it takes in water and minerals from the soil. Minerals are all those little things that are in the soil that give the plant its nutrients, or give kai kai lon plant gives the plant its nutrients. So it takes that in plus water. When you give water to the plants, they take that in as well. Thank you very much. Now, the fibrous root. That is the picture of the fibrous root, so that's okay. You should have a picture similar to this. And its job, okay, it does the same job as the other root there, so it takes in water and minerals from the soil. Is that clear? Yes. Clear? Okay, so that's what the plant does. You may have other parts of it. Back here, if you drew a taproot has a main system. Okay, so this is an example of a taproot. It has the main one, and then it has other roots there. Whilst this is an example of a fibrous root. Right, since we are looking at taproots and fibrous roots, this will be the examples of the taproots that you would have drawn into your, fibrous root that you would have drawn, where it has many roots there. And this would have been an example of a taproot that you would have drawn down, where it has one main root followed by smaller little roots there. Okay, our summary for today. People get ready to put down your summary notes there. Our summary for today. 1. Root is made up of the part below the ground. And the two main types of roots are taproot and fibrous root. Right, by now you should have completed copying down your summary notes. Good. Our keyword for today. Our keyword class, receiving students, roots. Okay. Next lesson, our next lesson will be on why don't you have a backbone? Why don't you have a backbone? Materials for the next lesson, forks, spades, digging sticks, hand lenses, workbooks. And reminder, receiving teacher, the activity is going to be taking place outside, so students come with your little forks and digging sticks and container. containers, small plastic containers. Not really like this, but something like this. It has to have a lid on it. So you bring something like this and it has to have a lid on it. It must be transparent, meaning that you can look through it. Okay, so bring little containers as such. That's for our next lesson. Now, receiving teacher, please select a site just closer to your classroom for the students to do the activities because they will be working outside. With that, thank you very much, class, and the receiving students and teachers.